Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach, a self-esteem development expert, starting with my own. And our whole goal every morning is to help you go further, faster, with less effort. Or to put it another way, I'm just here to help you make more money with your business. You're worth more than you think, and your business is worth more than you think. Today, we're going to talk about something I think can help anybody's business. I think it can help anybody's career. I think it can help anybody's goals of progress and transformation. We're going to talk about coachability, but don't even trip. Right now, rep your city. Rep your city right now. Let them know, what kind of business do you have? How does it help people? Also, give me a replay, gang, if you're watching a replay, but also give us some stars or give us some likes or give us some comments. Share this thing with somebody. You can subscribe or turn on your notifications. All of that helps, man. And definitely follow me on Instagram, Mr. Haziq Ali. My stories are definitely what to watch right now. A lot of times you're going to start seeing me post a lot more content on different money-making tips, et cetera, so forth. But my Instagram is Mr. Haziq Ali, Mr. Haziq Ali. So make sure you go and follow me there as well. And we're going to keep things popping. Good morning, Shayla. How you doing, Queen? Ashley, good morning, millionaire. Let's go. I had another half a cupcake last night, Ashley. I couldn't let myself eat a whole joint because I'm trying to preserve my sexy. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Miss Wood? Good morning, good morning. Ashley in the house, Tulsa, Oklahoma's in the building. Dorsey Lynn, good morning, Queen. Texas up in here. Yeah, Shayla repping Texas too. What's up, Gwen? Good morning, Queen. Vanessa, what's up, Vanessa? V. Lachey. V. Lachey is here. That means it's a great day. Okay, Spartanburg, South Carolina in the house. Let's go. Yahura, what's up? I help men maximize taxes and eliminate debt so they can be better providers for their family. That is insanely good. I appreciate that, whoever that is in Facebook. What's up? Good morning. Detroit is in the house. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. So what is coachability? What is coachability? Yeah, I really am. I really am. What's up, Miss Mandy? Good morning, millionaire. Yeah, Tulsa representing this morning. I love that. That means somebody out there is oh, that was Molly Mall. Okay, that's what's up. I'm glad that somebody out there in Tulsa is representing, making sure that everybody's getting their mind right. Tulsa obviously has a really special place in our history. Even though there was Black Wall Streets everywhere, the one that most of us referring to is the one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but that's a training for another day. Today, we're talking about coachability. And I think that coaching is really, really important, right? Sometimes when I'm describing the power of coaching, and it's also a close that sometimes I use when I'm talking to a prospect, especially if I'm closing them on something involving my mentorship, my closing, their ability to work with me. Maybe it's just something to do with a home-based business. What I explain to them is that coaching is so important that Michael Jordan, one of the best basketball players to ever touch a hardwood floor, never won a championship until Phil Jackson came along. But there's another example. Even Kobe Bryant, who went straight from high school to the NBA. Think about what kind of skill level. Think about what kind of talent level that requires to go straight from high school to playing this sport with a bunch of grown men who are bigger than you, stronger than you, faster than you in some cases. He never won a championship without Phil Jackson. Do you know that? Neither Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan ever won a championship without Phil Jackson. I believe that's a clue right there. That tells you the power of a good coach. But see, a coach can't help you unless you're coachable. And coachability is a multiplication problem. Coachability is not just being willing to learn. Somebody write this in the comments. Coachability equals willing to learn times willing to change. Can somebody get that to me? Coachability equals willing to learn times willing to change. Check it out, y'all. If I'm a 10 on wanting to learn a new language, but the time that I'm supposed to learn, the basketball game is on. So I'm 10 times, let's say 2. I really don't want to change. The game is on. Oh, you ain't telling me I was going to have to practice tonight too? Yes, we did. We said every night at the same time. Yeah, but tonight the game is on. So maybe you're only a 2 unwilling to change. 10 times 2 is 20 out of a possible 100. That's a failing score. You're not very coachable. Oh, you're willing to learn, supposedly, but you aren't willing to change off your normal attitude, change off your normal activity. You aren't willing to change what it is you're doing to get different results. You get me? It's willing to learn times willing to change. Yeah, that's exactly right. Appreciate that, Molly Mall. Okay, Dr. Monet is in the house. What's up, Samaya? Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Wyona? Let's go. That's exactly right, Dr. Marilyn. All right, Angel. I'm glad you made it in. So let's get to it. So when you've hit like a plateau in your career, when you've hit a plateau in your business, when you're failing to lead your team effectively, like you start asking them to do stuff, they ain't listening to you. You're struggling in business, right? What can help you sometimes is coaching. Coaching is what can help you shift gears. Coaching is what can help you approach things from a different perspective and get back on course. But the coaching can't help you unless you're coachable. It's a natural instinct, y'all, to become defensive. It's a natural instinct to become defensive when we start to feel critiqued. You know, maybe you even get yourself a little negative attitude when you feel like somebody's pointing out stuff where you ain't doing well. And when a coach presents you with feedback, millionaires, it's not to hurt your feelings. Do you get that? It's to help you gain awareness. It's to help you refocus on your goals. It's to provide a little extra insight about this issue that you're facing, right? All based on the excitement of seeing a new, clear path with less brush and bushes and obstacles, right? They're helping you form a whole new, much clearer path to success. So what I'm about to give you can help you improve your coachability. It's going to improve your willingness to learn, your willingness to change. It's going to help you unlock the next level of your career, unlock the next rank in your business. You got what I'm saying? And now you're going to be able to attain the heights of the most successful people you have access to because you're about to be coachable. You could have the wisest man in history around you, but if you ain't coachable, if you ain't willing to ask certain questions, it's like having books all around you, but not knowing how to read. I'm going to stop with the introduction and let's get to it. Here's the first one. Listen to the coach. Number one is listen to the coach. What do we mean? The first step in being more open to coaching is to actually listen to what the coach says. This is one of the most difficult things you'll ever have to do, but it's critical if you want to achieve the next level. Some say, yeah, but I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him. You're supposed to not agree with him because they're the coach. If you already agreed with everything they're telling you to do, you wouldn't need the coach. They're supposed to have a different perspective. They're supposed to find things that you've done wrong. I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but the whole value they're bringing to your life is that they're getting you to do stuff you normally wouldn't do. Even a personal trainer's value is found in the fact that if they weren't there, there's no reason for you to do the extra rep. Them extra 2 or 3 reps, you're like, oh, I'm tired. And then you just get up. Nobody's there to stop you. You just get up, grab your keys and walk to the car. The coach is supposed to remind you you can do 1 more rep or 2 more reps or 3 more reps. The coach is supposed to offer advice and point out a mistake. Don't take it personal. Keep in mind that failure can create success as long as you have feedback. Somebody give it to me. Failure creates success as long as you get feedback. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. But if you don't get feedback, if you keep on doing the wrong thing, they always be like, practice makes perfect. Nah, practice makes permanent. This is why feedback is the breakfast of champions. Somebody hear me? So what you want to do is listen to the advice your coach gives you and apply that to your business, just like an athlete would apply it to their game. You got me? Here's the second one, y'all. Here's the second one. Remember, the coach wants the best for you. Remember, the coach wants the best for you. That's the second one. You got to keep your attitude right, man, because the main purpose of any coach, I don't care if they're coaching athletes, I don't care if they're coaching business leaders, I don't care if they're coaching employees, I don't care if they're coaching entrepreneurs. The main purpose of the coach is help them break through whatever barriers they got in front of them, helping them achieve faster, helping them achieve more, helping them achieve easier. You got me? The coach is there to provide you feedback that you need to be successful. Even when you're challenged, it's to help you see situations through a different lens, help you apply new systems, help you avoid pitfalls that you naturally would have fell into, right? What you got to understand, millionaires, is that the coach is there to help you succeed, right? The coach is there to help you win. The coach don't win unless you win, right? When you succeed, the coach succeeds. It's just that simple. You feel me, Ken? Here's the third one, y'all. Here's the third one. Y'all ready? Here's number 3. Ask questions. Yeah, number 2 is remember the coach wants the best for you. Here's number 3. Ask questions, millionaires. When you're provided constructive criticism, don't just take the criticism, and definitely don't get defensive. A lot of us should read the book, The 4 Agreements, before we even get into a coaching relationship. Because those 4 agreements, which are, don't make assumptions, always be impeccable with your word, do your best, and never take it personal. That's going to help you a lot when you're trying to be coachable. Millionaires, when you're provided constructive criticism, don't do it defensively. Don't do it in anger, but ask clarifying questions. That way you can understand what it is they mean by what they're saying. Coaches can provide you with specific details on why you're failing. Coaches can provide you with the mechanics so you know how to adjust moving forward, right? But it don't count unless you understand what they're saying when they say it. Other than that, they might as well be speaking a different language. You not only want to ask questions so that you're able to gain clarity, but here's a jewel. You also want to ask questions so that the coach understands you're a good student. You think the coach is going to put the good student in the game first? Or do you think the coach is going to put the one with a bad attitude who no matter what the coach, they're like, all right, you got me? And we might be talking about a sports game, but we also talking about you. If you're trying to get your head in the game, then you need to be showing the coach that you're absorbing the information that they're giving you. You should be showing the coach that you're trying to apply immediately the concepts, the tactics, the strategies, the skills, the point of view that he's given you. And one way to do that is ask questions. It don't just build rapport with your clients. It don't just build rapport with your prospects. Asking your coach questions will build rapport with your coach. Here's number 4. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Somebody tell me that. Don't make excuses. Another natural instinct when you hear something negative about yourself is to make excuses. You might think the issue is a fault of other employees, or maybe because the company's always done it that way, right? But instead of trying to instantly explain why you did what you did, maybe you should focus on hearing the message you've been given. Millionaires, it ain't your fault, but it's always your responsibility. Can somebody type that in the comments? It might not be my fault, but it's always my responsibility. Give it to me. It might not be my fault, but it's always my responsibility. One more time. It might not be my fault, but it's always my responsibility. Being coachable requires 100% accountability. Excuses are just a way to pass the buck to somebody else. Here's number 5. Check your ego. Check your ego. Ain't nothing going to stop coachability like ego. In the world of business, if you've been in it for a while, then you already know this probably. It's natural to develop confidence in the way you do stuff. But let me tell you what ego is going to do. Ego is going to prevent you from admitting that you have a lack of up-to-date knowledge, right? Check it out. Ego is going to keep you from admitting you got a bunch of flaws in your processes. Ego is going to keep you from admitting you got blind spots, right? You got blind spots. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Ego is going to keep you from, it's going to prevent you from admitting that the landscape has changed and you still doing it the old way. It might not be my fault, but it's always my responsibility. Yeah. So what we're saying is, since industries are constantly changing, processes are constantly changing, if your ego gets in the way of recognizing this, you're going to find yourself left blind. How are you going to win like that? So check your ego. Here's number 6. Be willing to learn from more experienced people. Be willing to learn from more experienced people. Let me tell you what ego makes you want to do. Let me tell you what not being coachable makes you want to do. It makes you want to compete. Somebody give it to me in the comments. What are some ways you can benefit from being willing to learn from more experienced people? Can somebody give it to me in the comments? What are some ways that you feel like your ability to learn, your ability to be coachable would be helped if you were learning from more experienced people? Somebody give it to me. What's some of your best ideas for that? Because think about it, y'all. When you work with a coach, you're seeking the advice of somebody who's been there, done that, and already wearing a t-shirt. I don't care if you're talking about business or sports, right? What we're supposed to be doing is getting out our comfort zone. That's right, Dr. Marilyn. A more experienced person is going to shorten your learning curve. That's a good one. That's a good one. What's something else you can gain from learning from more experienced people? What's something else that'll help you win by learning from more experienced people? Yeah, you get to escape common mistakes the uneducated will make. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What's another reason, y'all? Anybody else got one? Yeah, I feel you on that, Ken. Ken just went with knowledge. That's true. Dr. Marilyn's like a more experienced person instills confidence because they've already done what you're trying to do. Jay is like, you can keep from falling in the same exact pitfall. That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. You got to think about it, y'all. You've got ability you can't even unlock because you don't know it's needed. You got me? Yeah, new methods, awareness level. And awareness is important because awareness is the only thing that makes staying the same more painful than change. Yeah, it's a cheat code, Sade. You can get to your destination faster while making less mistakes. That's exactly right. So y'all get that one. Here's number 7. This is a big one. Y'all ready for a big one? If you're ready for number 7, somebody give me number 7 and a share. This is a big deal right here. This is the one I want you to wake up for. You ready? You ready? This is one of the biggest things. Jamal just did this with me yesterday. And because I recognized he was doing it, I set aside something that I was working on to do exactly this for him. Y'all ready? Yeah, that's right, Miss Mandy. You can gain peace from their confidence and knowledge. It's like you can have confidence in their thing. All right, Ashley ready, Vanessa ready, Jay ready. All right, here's number 7, y'all. Here's number 7. Check it out. Seek constructive criticism on your own. I just did a huge event, y'all. I just did a huge event. Yeah, Ebony. Yeah, Ebony. I appreciate that. That's what's up, Ken. All right, check it out. Seek constructive criticism on your own. Seek it out. When I got home from Advanced Sales Mastery, Jamal, first thing I did was I called my mentor, who I'm blessed to also have as a business partner, and I told him, I need help making sure my priorities stay on point. I do a lot, but I need to make sure I'm doing the important, not just the urgent. I need to make sure I'm being productive, not just active. Millionaires, nobody has all the answers. And especially when you're talking about growth, especially when you're talking about leadership, success, we're all doing the best we can with what we got. Somebody say, I'm already using all my best ideas. Nobody's out there using their second best stuff. Nobody's out there using their second best stuff. I dare you. Type this in the comments if you feel me. I'm already using my best ideas. I'm already using all my best ideas. I'm already using all my best ideas. Check it out, y'all. If you're trying to grow, if you're trying to be a better leader, if you're trying to be a success, You need to be coachable, right? And a big part of that is you learning to seek out the constructive criticism, because the more successful you appear to other people, the less they're going to offer you feedback unsolicited. They're going to feel like, shoot, if anything, I need to be asking him or her for feedback. You know what I'm saying? What I look like, what I look like giving them feedback. That's how they thinking when they look at you. Do you hear me, Jamal? Do you hear me, Shiz? They feel like you already successful, so they can barely give. So you better ask for it if you're successful. The more successful you get, the more you better learn to ask for it, because people are going to stop volunteering it. Because even though they might see a blind spot, you got more money than them. Or they might see a blind spot, but you have a higher rank than them. They might see a blind spot, but you've got more impact. You've got more acclaim. You've got more followers. You've got more people that pay attention to you than they do. So they're never going to say nothing. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Somebody give me that in the comments. Somebody say feedback is a breakfast of champions, and then give me a share. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. You got to seek constructive criticism, y'all. You got to leverage guidance from the more experienced, right? You've got to demonstrate that you're willing to learn. You've got to demonstrate to people that above ego, above pride, above all cost, what you're looking to do is grow and develop. Y'all got me? Number eight, let's go. Number eight, let's go. Be gracious and humble. Be gracious and humble. Yeah. Or in the words of Ebony, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. What are we saying? Being coachable means you're grateful for the chance to improve. Being coachable means you're able to stay grateful even in the middle of the storm. And do you know that's the same power that bends the universe to your will? Even if you don't agree with their advice, thank them for the time they took to provide it. Thank them for the energy it took for them to give you those new tools, and be humble enough to realize they might actually be right. They might actually be right, y'all. And it's the last one I got for you. This is the big one. We already gave you the multiplication problem. We said, what? Somebody give it to me in the comments. Somebody give it to me in the comments. What's the coachability formula? It's a multiplication problem. What's the coachability formula? Anybody remember? How is it I can run one formula and be able to tell how coachable I am? Because all our coachability fluctuates. We might be more coachable in the morning, less coachable in the evening. We might be less coachable in the morning, like, hey, I'm not a morning person, get out of my face. And then we might be more coachable in the evening, like, oh, I'm up and at 'em, I'm a night owl, right? But what's the formula to coachability? That's exactly right, Jamal. Willing to learn times willing to change. None of y'all remember this? That's cold-blooded, man. We just talked about it like 15 minutes ago. All right. So that's number 9, y'all. Change your behavior. Change your behavior. Pretending you agree with coaches so you can stop a critique. That's a common way that leaders sabotage their life. That's a common way leaders sabotage their coachability, their progression, their long-term potential. Don't be pretending you agree with the coach. Ask questions, right? And then change, man. A lot of this is going to have to do with your attitude. Attitude determines altitude. You hear me? If you want to improve your professional life, if you want to advance your career, it's going to come from you changing, y'all. You cannot do the same thing and expect different results. That's why I asked everybody I could. Jamal, you might want to do the same. Hey, Ken, this is what I want you to write down. I want you to write down 1, 2, or 3 things you're going to do completely different now that you spent the weekend at Advanced Sales Mastery. 3 things that you're going to do completely different now that you spent that weekend with us. Because doing the same thing while expecting different results is the definition of insanity, according to Albert Einstein. If you want to, you can type that in your notes. That's a big deal. Because a bunch of you are about to go through another day today doing everything the same way you did it yesterday and the day before. This is why Good Morning Millionaire could be a real asset for you. Because if you just change one thing a day, if you just change one thing per week, you ahead of 90% of the world. Millionaires, most of us are letting our brains run the show instead of our minds. You know what the brain is? It's a protective device. The brain wants to keep you from danger. The brain's job is not to make you rich. The brain's job is not to make you happy. The brain's job is not to make you healthy. The brain's job, listen to me, y'all, is to protect you from danger, from hurt, from harm, from danger. That's the brain's job. You got what I'm saying to you? The reason I'm pointing this out to you is because if the brain's job is to keep you from danger, the brain's job is to keep you in your comfort zone. The brain's job is to keep you away from any change. You got to fight that with your mind. This is why you always hear me say your mind has to expand to match your goals, or else your goals are going to start to shrink to match your mind. This is why you see so many people trade in their chances at a happy life for a happy hour. Millionaires, if you're going to be coachable, you got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded. This is why we call it millionaire-minded. You got to be open-minded. You got to be committed to a growth mindset. I'm putting a reel up on my stories today, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, right? Because check it out, y'all. Growth mindset is the key. Growth mindset is the key. You got to be dedicated to breaking old habits. You got to be dedicated to making lasting changes in your behavior. Even if you've gone head to head, man, when you apply what your coaches have told you and you start seeing success, it's important to let them know you appreciate the work they put in for you. Y'all with me? I hope that was helpful. You know, go back and watch the replay, write it down in your notes. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Put your energy into these affirmations. You know, call in right now. We don't do the affirmations during the live stream. Call in right now. Call in right now. Let's go. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it.